What's up everyone? Welcome to Houseplant Tour Part 2. Alright, so this is my living room and this is where we will start with this houseplant tour. We will start right here. This is my beautiful heartleaf philodendron. She really loves this spot right there. And then down here I have my beautiful Sansevieria trifasciata, which is like super stunning to me. I mean, if I just back up, you can see just how beautiful that plant is right there. Now the reason I put it in this corner is because I do not like having my Wi-Fi thing showing, so I just use this to cover it up. Okay, now we will move over here to kind of what I am propagating. This right here is my Syngonium erythrophyllum, and I'm attempting to save this plant, and the rooted section did put out a new leaf, so keep your fingers crossed for that. This is my Rhaphidophora tetrasperma tissue culture, which I will be doing a giveaway with, and it is currently rooting in there. Now here we have a sad situation. This is my Begonia listata, and I'm hoping I can just create a new plant with these leaf propagations because the fully rooted plant did indeed have a pillow dropped on it, so that's a goner. Now this right here is my Monstera Peru currently rooting in there. I think it has like one root. So now we will move on over here. This right here is my Begonia Sophie Cecile that I am currently propagating, and it does have new roots, so that is awesome. Okay, this is my Begonia Lucerna, and I just got this plant not too long ago. It was actually in the mail for 5 days, which is why you see this dead leaf over here, but I will eventually cut that off. But it's actually doing really well. It's even coming out with a bloom, as you can see here. Okay, let me move this out of the way for y'all. Back here is some pothos that I am currently rooting, and if you've propagated pothos, you know those will root in a few days. Okay, so we have moved on to this shelf here. This is my Metanilla cumingii. Now this plant did have mealybugs, but I did spray diatomaceous earth on it and treated it multiple times. As you can see here, there are some leftover spots of that diatomaceous earth, but I'm not too worried about it. I will rewash this plant in a few days. Down here we have my pink Syngonium, and it is really beautiful, but for some reason this plant is not my favorite, so I'll probably try to find somebody to give this to, just to give you all some close-ups of these cute leaves. It's a really full plant. So let me move that out of the way. Okay, so down here we have some Phalaenopsis orchids, Phalaenopsis orchid, Phalaenopsis orchid, and this right here is Ludicea discolor, which I love. Let me get some close-ups on this. This plant is so beautiful. I love when it comes out with new leaves. It's a pretty slow grower, but it is very worth the wait. Now let's move up here. Okay, so back here is my Philodendron Brazil. It is a gorgeous plant. And down here we have my Ripsalis ramulosa, which is really unique. I love that plant. Okay, so right on over here we have my Silver Squill. This plant is super cute. I love the variegation on these leaves. And that back there is my Phalaenopsis orchid that is currently blooming. Those blooms are gorgeous. Okay, right here we have a Philodendron Burl Marx, and as you can see, I basically grew this plant from just that stem right there, and I really honestly don't know what to do with this plant. I do have the mother plant and it's a lot bigger, so I will probably end up gifting this plant to somebody. Okay, so we're gonna move up here. Back here is my Begonia Special Angel, which currently has a bloom, and I'm very excited about that. Let me get up close on this bloom. Do you see that? That's so cute. Okay, right here we have a teeny Phalaenopsis orchid, and I keep it in this little cup. As you can see here, it is wrapped up in moss and bark. Right here we have my monkey tail cactus, and I cannot wait to watch that grow. If you've never seen these, what they do is actually grow really long and they drape over the pot, and it looks like a monkey tail, so that is where it gets its name from. Back here is my Begonia Kit Kat, and every leaf is different on this plant, so it is really fun to watch it come out with new leaves. Okay, back there we have my Philodendron Bloody Mary, which I did feature in my oddball video because as you can see, it is coming out with a lot of really small leaves, but I did get the plant in this condition, but I'm hoping the leaves come out a lot larger, so we will see about that. Okay, moving up a shelf, check out all of these cute little guys that I have here. So right here I have a cute little air plant sitting in this little teacup, and back here is a pot that my friend gave me, and I currently have a Begonia Frosty in there. As you can can see, this plant is pretty small, but begonias grow like crazy, so I have faith that it will grow pretty quickly. Now here is my Phalaenopsis Sunset, and these blooms are probably my favorite that I have on any of my Phalaenopsis orchids. Those blooms are coming from that Phalaenopsis orchid back there. This is my Dendrobium nobile orchid. Unfortunately, she is not blooming right now, but whenever she does, I will post updates. And this right here is my Hoya curtisii that I just propagated. The variegation on these leaves is really beautiful. Okay, and back there I have another Phalaenopsis orchid which is about to bloom, but unfortunately she has not bloomed yet. The blooms on that orchid are so bright yellow you wouldn't even believe it, so I'm really excited about that, and I will post updates of all of my blooming plants. I am currently up on a stool so you all can see what I have on my top shelf. This is another one of the Phalaenopsis orchids that I have, and as you can see, she is blooming as well. Right here is another Phalaenopsis orchid, but this one has a very purple tint, and if you can see this new leaf, it is really cool. I love how these leaves come out with those purple stripes and then they just fade into like this dark purple. It's a really pretty Phalaenopsis. And up there is my Aglaonema Siam. I really am not a fan of this plant, and it's honestly not doing too well in my home, so I might end up giving this away as well. Okay, so let's move all the way over here. This is my huge Dracaena, and this plant is more commonly known as the corn plant. Okay, let's go take a look at the plants in my kitchen. Okay, so here is my kitchen. We will start right here. This is my Scindapsus pictus. These leaves are really beautiful. That silver variegation is to die for. All right, let's move up here to my windowsill. These are the plants on my windowsill, and right here, this is my Tradescantia fluminensis. And as you can see, she has a lot of new growth coming in, so I'm really excited for this plant to fill out because it currently does look a little bare, but she will fill out here pretty soon. And right here is my tiny Peperomia Ruby Cascade that Marina from Millennial Planter gave me. She also does have some new growth, so that's really exciting. Now right here we have my booby cactus, and I also featured this in my oddball video. This plant is really unique. Okay, and right over here we have my Tradescantia zebrina. The variegation on these leaves is really stunning as well. It has such great silver variegation, and that plant, if you put it in some good light, it'll grow like crazy. Now this over here is my Oxalis triangularis. I'm gonna pull this plant down so you all can get a better view of it. This plant is so beautiful, and this is another plant that if you put it in a highlight situation, it'll get really full and just grow like crazy. And I really like how I have like a little purple theme going on in this corner. Okay, now I pulled this plant down from up above my cabinets. This is my Lucky Bamboo, and as you can see, it has a little offshoot there. I know the water has a lot of algae in it, but I actually do not remove it because that is how it grows in its natural environment, so I just leave it like that. This is my Monstera adansonii round form, and as you can see, the leaves on this plant are huge. And it also has a lot of vines, so I'm really excited to watch it trail down. So we are gonna move over to my dining room table. I got some new plants since my last houseplant tour, so I wanted to show you all. This is my Scindapsus trubii dark form, and this plant was on my wish list forever. So I finally got it, and I'm very happy with it. This right here is my Philodendron Ploumanii hybrid of some sort. Not 100% sure on what it is actually crossed with, but it is really beautiful. Okay, moving on, because I wanted to show you all one plant that I did not include in my last houseplant tour. That back there is my Anthurium veitchii. It's a little baby one, but it's really cute. And when I tell you this plant is a slow grower, I mean seriously, it puts out like one leaf every month and a half. And yes, I have it in highlight, but it is just a slow grower. I don't know. And the humidity stays at about 60% in my house, so I'm not sure why it's growing so slow, but Marina from Millennial Planter also has a baby one, and she said it grows really slow too, so I guess we just have to be patient with it. Okay friends, if you made it to the end of this video, drop a comment below and let me know what your favorite houseplant was so I know you watched the video all the way through. Also, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and if you are not subscribed to my channel, feel free to subscribe below. Okay everyone, that is it for my houseplant tour number 2, so I look forward to seeing you in my next video. Bye! I'm sure there will be bloopers. Yeah, there's gonna be some bloopers. Look, my camera's not even focused. Okay friends, if you made it to the end of this vid, blah, 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 blah. A whole bunch of fire trucks just showed up in my neighborhood. That's not scary. Last time that happened, there was actually a house fire right down the street, like in my neighborhood. Okay, let's go check. Ooh. Okay, now, God, it's so echoey in here. Bye.